Hey everyone, this is Christian Heimel, host of Caught Listening. Thanks for listening to the following podcast on Public House Media.
Hello everybody, it's No Filter Friday on Public House Media, albeit a bit late because having some time zone confusion issues because I have changed time zones like I think 4 times this week. I don't know, but we're having like a legit fireside chat. I say this all the time whenever we're doing the show, and tonight we get to make it real. David Bobke, if that's you, I'm so sorry that I'm so late. You are an angel amongst men. But anyway, hey yo, 5-star hotel robe check. This week, is there a logo on this robe? No, they're not. This week, I am in Sedona. Oh no, it's Roger Neal. What's up, Roger Neal? Happy Friday, home skillet. I noticed that you posted that Lynn sold a condo in, I don't know what the name of it is. It's that big white building on La Cienega. So congratulations to her. But I guess that building used to be like Heidi Fleiss's cocaine palace back in the day. Supposedly, she kept all the. That was like all the hoes. Yes, it was. See, yeah, she kept all the hoes in that building, and hoes. Westview Towers. Yeah, Blow. That was. I don't think it's that way anymore. I think they're fresh out of hose and blow, but. Back in the day, they had it. Anyway, you know, this week has been a very, very, very interesting tide-turning week in the world that we're living in. And when I say world that we're living in, I mean this crazy, bizarre, absolute buck nutty roller coaster ride that we call 2020 that we've been living on. But you know, this week, although the events weren't, how can I say this, sensational, it's the little details that count. It's the little tiny, minute, seemingly uneventful things that get strung together in their little sequence that makes a real impact. And you know, hype is hype. Whoever's hyping the most is, you know, usually not it. Hello, other people coming in. Hooray. Oh, David Bobke, thank you for waiting for me. I don't even deserve you. I really don't. But look at our fires, yo. Look at our fires. We're fire. I have a good mic on this week. A good mic, a good robe, and a good fireside chat. I mean, we're a little late to the party, but we're still the party, so I feel like that's fine. I feel like we'll all live to fight another day. And you know what? Our podcast listening friends, they're not going to know anyway. They're going to have no idea because they're just going to get this when they get this, whenever the illustrious David Bobke gives it to them. Anyway, take a second to share the show because I can't do it when I'm broadcasting from my phone. So be my little yellow minions and gives it a sharesies for me, please and thank you. And I will share it later to my page because I just now realized that last week when I was doing the show, it didn't share over to my actual page, which is a problem, but doesn't surprise me. Anyway. So what we're going to talk about is a couple things. There's 2 kinds of people in the world, and we're going to have to, it's a downer, but unfortunately we're going to have to unpack that bag this week, and then, you know, this week in rapist news. So some of it's celebrity, some of it not, but we'll start there. Hooray, sounds good. Anyway, we'll get to camps of people last, I think. So the first thing I will tell you about is that one of these corona criminals that got released by these moronic politicians in a corrupt judicial system let a guy that's in jail right now but he hasn't been convicted yet. He's just not bailed out of jail for raping this girl. They let him out because coronavirus, and because it's so dangerous to be in jail, but it's not dangerous for the rest of us to live amongst criminals. But they don't care about our lives or our health, so that doesn't matter. Anyway, he gets out because it's corona time, and then he promptly goes and kills this girl that accused him of rape. So now she's dead, and he's not in jail, but I guess he's gonna go to jail for murder as opposed to rape if we decide that as a country that we're gonna, I don't know, put criminals behind bars like the good old days. I'm not totally sure. I'm not exactly sure what the logic was with this guy. I get the lunatic politician logic. Like, I understand what they're doing. But this guy's logic, it's like, I got out of jail because it's corona time. I don't want to go to jail for being a rapist, but he'll happily go to jail for being a murderer? Like, what? That don't make no sense. Doesn't make a lick of sense. You know it doesn't. Anyway, so that's first piece of rapist news. Second piece of rapist news. We did a show about Ron Jeremy, more than a month ago, 6 weeks ago probably, because it was, everybody went to jail that week. It was so much fun. It was one of my favorites. Anyway, it was before 4th of July. So maybe the last show of June. Anyway, all the rapists went to jail that week. It was amazing. Anyway, so as of 2 days ago, the media came out and said that an additional 25 women have legally come out against Ron Jeremy for raping them. I can tell you with impunity that it is more than that, but that's the ones that they'll give to the media currently, right now. Here's where the little rift is that, of course, the media glossed over. The first 4 women who they pasted this case together to arrest him and put him in jail on the $7.7 million bond. Because it's a sex crime case, those names are effectively sealed. They're not going to be public knowledge in the media or anything like that. Now, since that's happened and everybody and their neighbor's dog has called up the LA County Sheriff's Department, LAPD, and said, hey, Ron Jeremy also raped or molested me. Ron Jeremy equals last week of, yes. You're an angel. You're an angel, David Bobke. Yes. I talked about Ron Jeremy and a couple other people that went to jail that same week, the last week of June. Last Friday of June is when I talked about that. So you can go back. If you're not caught up, you can go back and look at that. Anyway, so now the women that are accusing him publicly are mostly current, but even more so, mostly adult entertainment ladies, which is kind of an interesting thing because, how can I say this? I guess it heightens the somewhat celebrity aspect of the case, if we're going to call Ron Jeremy a celebrity. To me, he's not. He's some piece of filth that we partied with. He's not, to me, he's not famous. He's infamous. There's a difference. Casey Anthony's famous. Jeffrey Dahmer's famous. Charles Manson is famous. That doesn't necessarily make you a celebrity. I mean, I wouldn't argue that, I don't know, Dr. Kevorkian's a celebrity. People know who he is, but I don't know that we particularly celebrate these people. I certainly hope we don't. Anyway, that's besides the point. So, these ladies that have come out publicly against him, and when I say publicly, I mean like in addition to their legal case, like they're in the media using their, what seemingly is a stage name or stage names, what they were known by in that industry, which adds like an interesting aspect to it. And then like what's his face, that the pimp. His name's not Charles. Dennis. I think his name's Dennis. He was the pimp that ran the Bunny Ranch, who is now dead and was subsequently found dead by Ron Jeremy. Plot twist, right? Yeah, I think his name's Dennis. I think his last name's Huff. Anyway, I've only run into him a couple times, and he's basically the scum of the earth, but he's dead, so whatever. Hello, person that's coming in. I don't know who you are, but thanks for dropping by. Send me a comment so I know who you are. Any hoozles. It adds an element to the case. I did a piece of my documentary about this, and it's called Whore Hierarchy, and it's about kind of the pathway of adult entertainment work, I guess you could say. And Minnie and Michelle both talked about how not being able to have like a regular life or talk about like regular things without people inserting adult entertainment-esque sort of, not even predilections, but just being gross in general, I guess is the better way to put it. But anyway, so these ladies getting involved, and I think most of them are, you know, well out of the business by now, but getting involved and talking about their stories publicly, about Ron raping them publicly with other people being able to see, about his process. I've talked about this a lot over the years about how it's never an isolated incident. Like, every perpetrator has a process that they go through. It's a step-by-step situation. Dennis Hoff. Yes, that's exactly what. But I think his last name's spelled H-U-F. I don't know. We'll see. But yes, his name is pronounced Dennis Hoff. Any hoozles. So now that these leaders are involved, it's kind of going to change the game, but he's going to stay in jail for a very, very, very long time. I'm pretty sure he's going to die there, honestly, considering the things that are happening with his case. Those four alone would have been enough at his age to keep the jail party going. But now that there's seemingly 25, I mean, that's the 25 that the media will say. I'm sure the LAPD are holding far more reports in their hands on that, because even when I just posted it to you guys, every single comment was a Ron story, which is so disgusting. But anyway, that's moving along, and his bail is still set at $7.7 million. And although Ron didn't do bad in his life, he certainly doesn't have $7.7 in cash sitting around to just, bail himself out. Anyway. Like I said, there's two camps of people in this world, and at either camp, Ron's going to stay in prison. So I will see you all next week for another No Filter Friday. I got a really interesting feature on podcastguest.com. I ended up putting No Filter Friday in the newsletter, so now there's going to be tons and tons of guests that I'll have. Probably, even if I just do a small percentage of them, we'll have months of guests to work through. And I will see you all next week for another No Filter Friday. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.